Okay, go.
All right. Welcome to Tuesday Night Sparks. We are coming to you from Michelle. Tiffany is off tonight. She has some business going on, so I was like, absolutely. We've missed the last 2 weeks. I missed you guys. It just so happened that I took my vacation like Wednesday to Tuesday night, and so it hit on like our last 2 Tuesdays whenever I was not able to be here. So I feel like it's been forever. But you guys are having an amazing month. I'm super proud of both of our teams. And it's a J month. A lot of people say that those are the struggle months, and that's okay because we got a J month next month that's getting ready to blow us out of the water. So I can't wait for July to get here. Um, but tonight we are going to be talking about, if you remember from the last time we are discussing Orville's 4 chords to business success. And we're going to be doing that tonight. We are on chord number 2. So you're going to be very proud of me because I'm getting ready to share my screen, and I did a PowerPoint for this. So I'm super excited about that. So let me do that. And let's see if this is going to work. It's going to be back here. Look at that. All right, I need to move this down or over somewhere up here. All right. I want to minimize this to just 1 and move you down here. Okay. No, I don't want to edit. Give me just a second. I did this a while ago and it worked. So, okay, here we go. All right, so Ashley, I can see your face. So give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Perfect. Okay. I'm excited about this. Look at how cute that is. Okay, so tonight we are actually going to be talking about the 4 chords. So the next recap that we're going to do from chord number 1, it was all about your PRV, which is your personal retail volume. This is working on your personal business first, making sure that you are prepared each day of the month and the month to sustain your business successfully. We gave you some tips and tricks from that. It is recorded, so it's on our YouTube channels if you want to go back and watch that if you missed that. It's also posted on our team pages. So tonight we are going to move to the second chord, which is sponsoring and growing your business. So chord number 2 is sponsoring. Sponsoring and becoming a leader in your business is an essential part of growth. To do this, you need to understand what comes with that responsibility, because once you take on that role, you are taking on some responsibility. It's not a scary thing. Sponsoring is such a blessing, and it can be very rewarding for you to do. And hopefully after we go through this tonight, you'll see, just exactly what that's going to mean as far as sponsoring in your business. The very first thing I will tell you about sponsoring is related back to your PRV. So first and foremost, you have to secure your leadership PRV, which in order to be paid at any title, as a leader, you have to have 500 PRV in a month. This should come in your first week of the month when you are a leader. This 500 PRV can come from your great consistent customers, your club members, you personally being your own best club person. And these people potentially can be your future teamies. So those are the ones that you're going to basically rely on. They're the ones that are going to help with sustain your business and stuff. They're the ones that you're going to spoil. Okay. So your 500 PRV needs to be coming in early on in the month. So if you are a leader, you have time to take time with your team and teach your team things. As a leader, and that just means you have sponsored at least one person, you need that 500 PRV to be paid at title. And you'll see the PAT in here. That means paid at title. And you should be getting this consistently for your personal business if you have sponsored somebody. That should be a goal that you maintain, just so you don't want to leave anything on the table, because if you have a team and you don't have in your 500 PRV, regardless of the fact, you will not get paid on anybody on your team. So you want your work as a leader to be rewarded with your pay. So you want to make sure that you're doing your 500 PRV. And I love that Cincy has this for us, because that means even the leaders are working also. You know, it's not like anybody sitting back making all this money off of everybody that's underneath them. That's not how this works. So we each have to work our business. The next thing is, I wanted to put this screen up here so you guys can see this. This is something that, one of the main reasons why I like Cincy and I love Cincy and I will always be a Cincy, is because no matter what your title is, you have to work your business. Your title and your rank will match each month. You need to strive for this as leaders. Your title is what you have achieved in the closing of the audits at the last day of the month, right before payday. Your rank is what you start at each month. So if you look over here, this is at the beginning of the month. If you're very savvy and very fast, before all of you worker bees get in there and start doing work at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can snag a picture of all of these zeros on your workstation. I have not been able to do that yet, so I had to ask for this picture from another star director. But you can see down here where it says your rank is a certified consultant. My title might be a star director, but my rank at the beginning of the month of every single month is a certified consultant. I have to work my business to get to my title. Okay. So a lot of people get rank and title confused in that, and that's the whole reason of it. I can't see chats, so I'll go back in and look at chats. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up over here and see if I can see the chats. I can see Ashley. If you see anything that I need to answer, will you unmute and tell me that they have a question? Will you do that? Okay. All right. So for this slide, it really is important for you to understand that no matter what your title is, everybody, as long as you've hit certified consultant, if you're an essential consultant, you want to strive to get your first 1,000 lifetime PRV in there and get certified and get that pay raise. But when you sponsor and you become a certified consultant and everything, and you move up in the ranks, that's where the rank and the title are different. I will go up in rank as I get my 500 PRV in, and I have active frontline and different things like that till I reach my title. And then it will say rank is star director and title is star director. And that's whenever we talk about being paid at title. That's really crucial for your business. So we all start off every month on the first of the month in the same rank, and then we work our businesses to get to the title that we want to be paid for them. To be successful in your business, you need to be constantly striving to be paid at title and growing your front line. Growing your front line and sponsoring are the same thing. The only way, this is huge, and that's why I put it in big letters. The only way to get a pay raise after you've hit certified consultant is to sponsor and promote. Think about that. All right. I want you guys to really think about that. If you want a pay raise and your paycheck to go up, you're going to have to sponsor and you're going to have to promote. Yes, Cincy does that bonus percentage of 5% if you get 2,000 PRV in a month. That is a guaranteed $600 paycheck. But just think if you had that and you had somebody that was on your team and you were working together and you guys were killing it, and you got that pay raise by promoting to the next level up. Sponsoring and blessings go hand in hand. That's just the way I look at it. A lot of y'all know me, y'all know how I am. I think, gifting a kit is amazing. I'm so thankful that Scentsy allows us to do that, and they can work for their kit, or we can bless somebody with a kit. But sponsoring and blessings go hand in hand, and your paycheck and your growth is all determined by your front line, not how many people you have on your team. Yes, it's amazing that we have 449 people in our group, but my paycheck is determined by the people that I sponsored. Okay, so once you start sponsoring people, those people are considered your front line. If you want to grow your business, you're going to have to constantly have frontline people working and conversation. So that's why it's really important that you take care of those people that you have blessed and be there for them whenever they need you. These are just some of the goals that I want you to keep in mind, that I have listened to several people doing trainings and things, but I want you to kind of keep this in your mind, and I'm going to share this PowerPoint after it's over, but this is something that each month you need to keep in mind. We all need to strive for at least 2 new recruits a month. Is that always done? No, I'm sitting at a big fat 0 for this month. I don't have anybody that I sponsored this month. I've had conversations. Sometimes you're just not going to. Sometimes you're going to sponsor 3 or 4. So, but you always need to strive for at least 2 new recruits a month. In order to do this, you got to be having conversations, and you got to be having relationship building and growing every single day. If you're not having a conversation and you're not talking to people about Scentsy and you're not building those relationships, they're not going to join you. That's the skinny of it. They're not going to know about Scentsy. They're going to see you posting and doing stuff, but they're not going to know about Scentsy. This is crucial to growing your team, okay? Because the people that you sponsor are the ones that are going to be sponsoring also. So that entails a huge part of how you're going to be growing your team and growing the branches off of your team. But you got to have conversations. I posted on our team page. I know Tiffany's got some team members on here, and we posted on the pages, and one of the things that I asked was, how many conversations do you have, or how many people do you talk to and ask about joining your team? And I really wanted people to answer that, and a lot of you did answer that, and it was very eye-opening to me to see what people said, about sponsoring and conversations that they were having. Some people said that they have them every day. Some people said they have one a month. Some people said they don't have them, so it was just really eye-opening to see how many people actually talk about the blessing and sponsoring people. It really, I think that went too far. Did that skip ahead? Hold on, let me see if it'll go back. I think when I tapped my screen, it did that. Hold on. I got to figure out how to do this. It did. Hold on, let me see. Trying to figure which one I'm on. Yep, we did that one. This is the one we're on. Sorry, I don't know what happened to that. I think I hit the screen. Okay. So you want to strive for the 2 new recruits a month, and in order to do this, you got to have those conversations. So here's a couple of points that stood out to me when I was listening to some trainings that I did. So a rule of thumb: for every 10 people you talk to about your business, and offer the opportunity to, maybe one of them would be interested or even consider joining you. So that's every 10 people. So for every 10 people that you talk to about your business or they see you working your business, maybe one of them would be interested in even joining you. You have to make your job, in quotation marks, look fun. Nobody is going to want to join your business. Nobody is going to want to let you sponsor them if running your business looks like a burden. Okay. I know Melissa Gratz, I watch her a lot, and she is an SSD in Michigan. And she said when she first started with Scentsy, she's been in Scentsy over 10 years. She said when she first started with Scentsy, she was a recruiting beast. She like recruited so many people, and she's worked her business up now where she has the ability to do more for her customers, to spoil her customers, and that's the way she likes to run her business, a little bit more extravagant. But she said on the downside of that, somebody new that hasn't ever joined Scentsy looks at her and says, well, I can't do as much as you do, so I don't think this business is for me. If you make it fun and if you make it look easy and doable, people are going to want to join you. People are going to want to have a piece of what you're having. And trust me, we got a lot of stuff coming up that people are going to be so excited about that it's, I mean, just talking about it is something that, you know, you should be doing to let them see how much fun you're having. Look at your social media and your lifestyle. Is it inviting? And is it something that they think that they can do? You know, posting on social media or doing a grab bag or something like that. Is that something that the people that are on your social media, if your social media is not public, you're not going to grow your business. And I know a lot of people freak out about that and they don't like that. You know, you can do a separate page for your social media and, you know, do it a public page for Scentsy or whatever. But you really need to put it out there so you can get more people to see you and more people to see, you know, the way you run your business and stuff. And is it inviting? Do you share fun stuff? Do you share using Scentsy? Do you share, you know, cleaning all the things and, you know, doing all the stuff, changing your wax? Do you do that on social media so they can see that it's an everyday part of your life? Another thing is the annual mentor award comes from your sponsoring. So we had I can't see who's on here. I know we got 8 people on here. Nicole, I think she's on here. She earned annual mentor. That is 14 new recruits from May the 1st through April the 30th of any given year, and you help them get certified. You help them get certified. That's important. And you earn that award. It comes with a cash payout. They just got this, I think, this past month as an award for earning annual mentor, and that solely comes from you sponsoring. So if you look at it, if you remember, I said sponsoring 2 people a month. If you sponsor 2 people a month and there's 12 months in a year, that's 24 people that you could potentially sponsor. Only 14 of those need to be certified in order for you to achieve that annual mentor award. So it's totally doable, but you have to work with your people. You have to work with your front line. And it's a definite goal, and you need to track it and you need to keep up with it. I know Nicole tracks hers. She said she's got 3 out of the 14 already, and we just started on May the 1st. So you have to track it. You have to keep up with your people, and you have to help your people in order to get that. Goals to think about on your journey to the top. This is something, I mean, hopefully we are all striving to be superstar directors. I know I am. It's probably, I don't know if you can see it, but it's probably on my dream board back here behind me. I was listening to Orville talk about the 4 chords, and this was something that really stuck out to me, and I wrote it down and I was like, this is really really resonates with me. So this is the bare minimum, and it could be done, but you always want to strive for more. And remember that these new teamies have to be rock stars. You can't just sponsor to be sponsoring. It only takes one rock star to change your business. And that's true. A lot of you have already found that out, but it only takes one rock star that you sponsor to completely change your business and your Scentsy career. But Orville said to be a star consultant, you need to sponsor at least one person every 2 months. And I'm going to say this because I've probably sponsored, I need to go back and look at that in my 6-year lifespan, because next month will be my 6-year anniversary with Scentsy. I would really like to know how many people total that I've sponsored. So I'm going to go back and look for that, because that is important. But you also have to remember, you have to be ever sponsoring, always sponsoring, keeping up with it, because you're going to have people that you're sponsoring that just are not going to work their business, or either they're going to be rock stars, they're going to get burned out and they're not going to work their business, or they're going to be kidnappers. We have a lot of kidnappers that just grab that kit and they're not going to work at all. So you have to be sponsoring continuously, no matter what your title or your rank is, but consistently to be paid at title, and to become one of these, it's to be a director, you need to be sponsoring at least one person every 6 weeks. To be a star director, you need to be sponsoring at least one person every 4 weeks. We strive for 2 a month, so still, but to be consistent, and to be a superstar director, one person every 3 weeks. If you do that consistently and those people work and you work with them, your business is going to change. You're going to see a huge difference in your business if you make these goals that you need to be thinking about. Consistency is the key in everything. I heard Jen Audette say, you can work your business part-time, but you can't work your business sometime. So that really, that honestly is a huge, huge thing whenever you think about it. You cannot work your business sometime and expect to have any success with it at all. You can do it part-time. You definitely can do it part-time, because that's the whole joy of Scentsy, is running the business the way you want to, but you have to be consistent with it and run it like a business. The next thing is, it is your job as a leader to do these 3 things. Okay. Number 1 is to train. When you sponsor someone, you give them an immediate workstation overview. That is crucial. This is the whole means to their success, is to understand how it works. They can't put parties in if they don't know how the workstation works. They can't put orders in if they don't know how the workstation works. They can't see the trainings if they don't know how the workstation works. It's up to you to show them immediately how the workstation works and do an overview with them. I know there's a thing on there, the first things first checklist. I understand that's on there, but you as a leader and you sponsoring them, it's your responsibility to show them how to do that, walk them through this, either get on a Zoom with them, either get on a phone with them, have yours up, have theirs up, either meet with them personally, but it's your responsibility to do that with them. Get them up and running with a launch party that you do for them. Okay, that's huge. Remember, you're the expert at this point. They are learning from you, so show them the way that ensures that they will be successful and understand the simplicity of Scentsy. You are the expert. You are the one that sponsored them. You're the one that brought them into this business, so you do their launch party for them. I guarantee you, if you do their launch party for them, they're going to hit shooting star, they're going to hit certified, they're going to do all of the things and hit sensational starts. They're going to do all of that because you, as the expert, have taught them how to do this. And once you let go of them, The next one is teaching. By doing this, you teach them how to run their business successfully. And when they sponsor, you have built another leader in your group. So you're basically teaching them exactly what the way that you run your business. So I know if you're on here, you're invested in your business. You're learning, you want to learn the things. And if you're going to teach somebody that you sponsor to run their business as closely as you run your business and to be as dedicated as you are to your business, then you're building another leader for your group. And the third thing is to nurture them. Be there for them when they need you. Yes, they are independent consultants, but they also are learning, and you invited them to join your team. If you want to make sure that they are available, and you want to make sure that you are available for them to learn the business and understand where to find things, because honestly, let's face it, it's hard to find things on the workstation sometimes. I even have star directors message me and say, hey, I can't find this. Can you help me find this? You know, so nobody's exempt from that. But if you're there when they need you, that I think is a huge part of being a leader. I know people set business hours. I really don't have business hours. I was responding to Chuck Thompson about the flyer that's coming out, or that somebody put out with the Warner Brothers emblem on it. He's looking into that for me at 3:30 this morning. So I know he's in a different time zone, but of course I was up. Jackie knows I was probably up. I was up, and I was talking to him about that particular thing. But some people have business hours. That's good. I mean, I'm okay with that. But to me, if somebody needs something and I'm available to help them, I want to help them. And then the last thing on this page is big, and it's in big letters, and I wanted to make sure it was in big letters. Do not sponsor just to be sponsoring. You need to have time and take time to nurture and help them. Don't sponsor somebody just so you can say, oh, I got 20 people on my team. It doesn't make a hill of beans if you got 150 people on your team if only 3 of you are working. Okay? That is huge. Don't sponsor just to be sponsoring. Are we going to have kidnappers? Absolutely. And you're not going to know that because they can be the most excited person. They're going to do this. They're going to make this their life. They're going to like stop working. They're going to do this. And it might not work for them like it works for us. But don't just sponsor, and don't just gift a kid away just to be sponsoring to get your numbers up. You need to have time to nurture these people, to help these people, to grow these people. And like I said on the bottom there, leadership comes from sacrifice and service. Servanthood is a big part of my life. I love to do that. I love to be there. I love to help people. And I've learned that from a lot of great leaders that I have learned from, and my bosses at work. I've had amazing bosses at work, and I feel like that their leadership does come from their sacrifice and service that they're giving to all of us. So I think that's probably the most important thing out of all of these slides that I'm sharing with you guys is leadership comes from your sacrifice and your service and your servanthood. Okay, so some final thoughts. Communication is required often and effectively. If you want somebody to be active on your team, if you want somebody to be, helpful and, be a team player with you, you have to communicate. If you have team pages, you have to be consistent on your team pages. If you have team messenger or team text messages, however you do that, it needs to be often and it needs to be effectively. The more information you can pour into them, the more confidence they are going to put out into their business. Thus, your group and your team is going to be a confident and a successful business. You brought them to Cincy, don't abandon them. Okay. I know a lot of people, are like, well, it's their business. They're an independent consultant and all that kind of stuff. I get that. I totally get that. But you also are their sponsor and you need to make sure that if they need something, that you're going to help them. You're going to help them find it, or you're going to tell them how to find it. However you want to do that, however your leadership is, that's what you need to figure out. What kind of a leader are you? And you need to reach down deep into your heart and figure that out, because it is really important to lead from your heart. And I think if you lead from your heart and you are, like I said, in a servanthood mindset, then your team is going to flourish and your group is going to just be amazing, like we have already, Tiffany and I have. And if you get overwhelmed, and it does happen to all of us, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter your rank, it doesn't matter your title, it doesn't matter if you've been in a day, it doesn't matter if you've been in 6 years, it doesn't matter if you've been in 15 or 17 years, as long as it's been open. It's going to happen to you at some point. Reach out and reach up, okay? And the reason I put that as leaders to reach out and to reach up, we have some amazing directors and above that can help you get through it. The worst thing you could possibly do is go on your team page or go on your social media and say, I don't know. I'm just, I'm fed up with this. I'm not getting any orders. I'm not doing this. If you put negativity in, you're going to get negativity out. Okay. If you set that standard by the first person that you sponsor, and even if you have a team now and you're like, that's not my culture now. Tomorrow morning, this is your culture. Tomorrow morning, this is the new group or team that you have. You're the leader of it. You can change the culture of it. But if you post on there like, oh my God, I didn't get that LTO, or oh my God, I can't get any orders this month, I'm really frustrated and everything else, that's going to trickle down to your team. Okay. Be as positive as you can on your social media team pages. They need to see the upbeat you. If you're overwhelmed, if you're like stressed out, if you have anything going on, send me a message. Okay. I am promising you I will respond to you. All right. This little, you probably can't see it because I'm sharing my screen, but I have my something. I have my iPad here. I have my phone here. I have something, and I will respond to you and I will help you to the best of my ability. And Tiffany will do the same thing. And if you can't get me and you can't get Tiffany, vice versa, or we have some directors, and star directors on here that will be willing to help. But you reach out and you reach up. Okay. We can take it. We've been there. We know what you're going through. We can take it. So reach out and reach up, and let us help you get through that whenever you get overwhelmed. Because the final thing that I'm going to say here, and Heidi said it in one of her keynote speeches, is oh no, what happened to my thing? Oh, stupid thing. Can you see that still? Or did it go away? It probably went away. There it is. Sorry. One of the things is, do not quit, rest, and breathe. The next step is going to be amazing. All right. If you don't think of anything else in your business, don't ever quit. Are you going to have slow months? Absolutely. Are you going to have some months where you struggle to get active or get your 500 in? Absolutely. Are you going to have months where most of your people aren't working? I will tell you, absolutely. I have 40 frontline people, that I've personally sponsored right now that are active consultants, 40 of them, and 11 of them are active. Okay. So you're going to have people that this might not be their month to work, or you're going to have people that haven't showed up in 2 months and all of a sudden they're going to be active next month. But your consistency as a leader is what's going to get you through to the next day, to the next step, to the next part of your business. But the last thing is, do not quit. Don't quit. Take a rest. Take a breath. Have somebody, be a leader. Be a leader for a day. If you don't feel like being a leader that day, go on your team page and say, hey, will you be a leader for the day? Will you help me out, and let me take a breath and just, be a leader and take over the team page for the day. They will be so excited you ask them to do that. Trust me, I know that they will. And that is all for the slideshow, but I wanted to, let me stop sharing. But I wanted to just make sure that, you have to understand that being a leader is a gift, okay? And it's not always for everybody, but it's something that can be learned, and it's something that can be a blessing for you. You're not only blessing somebody else with your leadership and your skills, it's blessing you in return, because you never know when you're going to say something to somebody, or you're going to reach out to somebody and you're going to comment or say something on the team page, Ashley, I see you, you're almost paid at title, or, all of that stuff. It's just, you just have to know that deep down inside, this is what you love to do. And if you love to do it, then there's no way possible that any type of negativity is going to come out of you. Are you going to get frustrated? Absolutely. Absolutely. But do like Heidi said, just stop. Don't quit. Don't lay your kit down. Don't quit. Take a deep breath and ask. Ask somebody on your team, or, even if you're not a leader, just message somebody on your team and say, hey, I need a breath. I need a breath of fresh air. Tell me what you have. Definitely find you an accountability partner, Nicole. I didn't get to see all these, so I need to go back and look. I know there's a lot of questions on here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know Ashley didn't tell me there was any questions, so I'll try to save those. I think there's a way you can save the comments. I'll try to save those. But if you have any questions, you can definitely unmute.
There's no questions or anything, just people kind of talking.
Okay, good. Okay, good. But I really want you guys to feel comfortable with sponsoring, because it is something that is amazing. And once you do it, it gets a lot easier. And I was that person that when last year, y'all know, in March of last year, Scented Shells had 50 people. 50. That was it in March of last year. I wanted to personally know all of the people. I said, there's no way that I'm going to not know who all of these people belong to. There's no way that I'm not going to know all of these people, because that's just me. I want to like have that relationship with everybody. I want to know, all the people. But as we grew and we grew and we grew, it gets harder and harder and harder. And I'm just like, we have 450 people on our team now, and on our whole group now. And it's like, the relationships that I have with the people on our group mean the world to me. If I could know every single one of them, all 450 of them, it would just make me even more excited. But that's the type of leader I am. And that's what you need to find out. What kind of leader are you? Are you one that wants to sit back and just like watch and every once in a while do a little bit of leadership? Or are you a mentor kind of person that's, is going to like help any way you can? In order to be a successful sponsor person, you need to figure out what type of leadership you want to do. You have to stay consistent. They have to see the leader in you. Okay. Everybody has a leader in them. Your people that you're sponsoring need to see that leader in you. So I hope you got a lot out of this tonight. How did you like my PowerPoint? If anybody have any questions whatsoever, unmute now and ask questions, and then we'll stop the recording.
I just want to say, for like my one comment, I don't want it to like come off rude or anything. Like, I was just kind of trying to express that, like, as a leader, the way that I lead, and like, I don't want it to come off rude to anybody, but like, if someone asks me like, hey, I want to join. Like, I personally don't do the gifted kits, but I know a lot of people do, and they really do help people recruit. Like, I know they do. And it is a great way to do it. I don't think it's not. But if I have somebody come up to me, a lot of the times people they just want to get the kit free, and I just know because like you can tell. So I tell them like, well, if you want to join, you can host a party. So a lot of the times that's how I tell people that they can like get their kit. And then if they really want it and they stood there and I'm like, well, it's about $20 and then maybe 30 after tax and shipping, then I know they really want to join because they're like, okay, that's fine. Like it's cheaper than the ones on the site. Like I'll take it, you know. But there's a lot of times like I have someone who said, oh, well, I want to join, but they left their party, they just ghosted me, and they said, oh, well, I was going to send the money, but I kept in contact maybe 3 times. After the third time I was like, okay, well, if she's not going to take the kit and she's not even going to take her rewards, then I'll just take them. Like I'm like one of those people. I'm really picky. If I'm going to recruit, I'm going to recruit people who are going to want to work, like, and I'm going to have people who are going to want to be here, want to listen to what I have to say, and who like are going to like take my advice and not just like land on deaf ears. So like I have a small team, but we do really well. Like I might not be paid at title, but I'm okay with that. My team's killing it. Like I have everyone over 200. One person's almost 300. Somebody is like at 700, and my sister's at like she's almost at 500. Like so my teamies aren't doing bad. I'm proud of them. Like I guess my advice to people is like just try to be a little bit picky if you want to have a good team, a quality team.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense and if that sounds like selfish, but that's just how I do it, I guess.
No, and I understand that because if they're actually purchasing the kit, they're investing something. Okay. So
Right.
you can have a kit to gift. You can have a $500 party and have a kit that they can have for $0 out of pocket. And Nicole and I were talking about this last week. One of the main things is for me is I just enjoy gifting a kit, but I never offer a deeply discounted kit. Okay. And that's one thing that I see her doing. And I was like, that's something that I need to start doing, and seeing the desire and seeing the want from them. If they have the want and the desire and they say a deeply discounted kit, then that is something that I can see them wanting to invest into the business. And if they do, then that's my option if I want to give them the kit for the zero out of pocket. So I'm going to lean more towards the deeply discounted kits verbiage than, just saying I have a zero out of pocket. And that way, if they're vested in the business and if they're vested in investing money out of their own pocket, then you get a better read on what kind of person they're going to be as far as, a consultant and stuff. Some people will buy the kit and they just want the kit, and you're going to run into those people no matter what. No matter what. I had a girl that I sponsored her, I gifted her a kit. She didn't do anything at all, probably for 7 months. And now she's one of the biggest rock stars on our teams. So you don't know when that light bulb's going to hit and be like, oh my God, I'm a Scentsy consultant. So I mean, it just you never know when it's going to actually hit them and they're actually going to rock their business, and then you have some that come in with wheels rolling and doing all the things, hitting all of the awards, the shooting star, the sensational start, they're doing all of the things, and then whoop, gone. You don't see them again for months and months and months. But the point is, if you stay consistent as a leader and you stay consistent with your front line, okay? Because as a leader, the people that you want to be in close contact with is your front line, the people that you actually sponsor. Now, do I venture out and help a lot of people, that I didn't actually sponsor? Absolutely, and I always will. But if you're taking care of your front line, the people that you actually sponsored, you are going to see them be the foundation of your whole group. The people that I personally sponsored, my front line is the foundation of Scented Shells. Because if it wasn't for my 40 frontline people, I wouldn't have 450 people on my group. Okay, so it's up to me as a leader for the ones that I have sponsored to be extra attentive to the people that are my front line. And I'll tell you right now, I have a whole separate Facebook page for just my frontline group, just my frontline. And I do stuff in there with just my front line, because those are the people that I personally sponsored. I have a separate shout out for them. I have, it's a safe space for us. It's people that, I have personally sponsored, and it's a whole separate Facebook group just for them. And, they are the actual foundation, because at some point, if you're on Scented Shells, you're a part of that right now. You're a part of that foundation of those 40 front lines. Somebody on my front line, you are a part of their team. So it when you realize that, and you take your front line and the people that you sponsored, and you keep growing those frontline people, your business is going to flourish. Because if you take care of them, then they're the ones that are going to sponsor, and they're the ones that are going to teach them how to lead, how their people to lead. And I mean, it just, that's how you get paid. You get paid off of your front line. All right. You can have 10,000 people on your team, but you're going to get paid off of your frontline numbers. So as a leader in sponsoring, your frontline is the ones, that are going to be the foundation for your team. They're going to be the ones that you need to make sure you're training up them well. That's why we tell you to train up your people that you sponsor, because they are the foundation of your entire group. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And, spoil them a little bit. If you want your group to work, spoil your front line. Okay. If you want your whole group as a whole group to work with your front line. I send separate emails to my front line. I send separate shout out emails to my front line. I do mail outs to my front line, so it's really important that you understand that's essentially how your Scentsy business works. Okay. If you stop sponsoring, all right, if you stop sponsoring, you can be a superstar director. And if you stop sponsoring, your business will die. Because I can't depend on the 40 people that I have right now to be there 2 or 3 years from now whenever I want to retire. You can't depend on those same people. So that's why you need to continuously sponsor your own self, because if you do, you're not going to have the stability to maintain your business as it's growing if you're not sponsoring, because your business is going to be growing here and you're not sponsoring, and it's going to go away. So you have to keep sponsoring. And I mean, we're not saying like go out and sponsor the world. That would be amazing. But realistically, no, that's not realistic. But you have to have those conversations. You have to have the relationships that are building in order to maybe one day have a potential teamie. You have to take your best customers and make them a teamie. My first teamie was Tammy. She was my best customer. She's my sister-in-law. She was my best customer. I did not want to give up her PRV because she was my best customer. But the biggest blessing is she's growing her own group now. She's growing her own team now. And if I would have kept her all to myself, yes, she would have been there. But, she wouldn't have had a team. She wouldn't have joined. She wouldn't have saw what the blessing is. So sometimes it's hard to sponsor your best customer, but sometimes that one best customer could be the rock star that you're missing. So you need to think about it like that. If they're your best customer and they love it that much, they could be the rock star that you're missing in your business. So offer them the blessing, offer them to do their own party and do their own thing. I want to recruit customers, but I can't get more people as my customers come on a VIP page. I need to get my customer referrals. I will say that till I'm dead and blue in the face. Ask for referrals. Okay. If they don't want to join your team, that's fine. But can you give me 3 or 4 people that, we might could invite over to our VIP page so I can grow my customer base? Not even to order. That's not the way you need to approach it. In order to find customers that are going to become maybe future teamies, ask for referrals to grow your customer base. Okay. Don't ever ask for a referral to get an order. All right. It's a bigger blessing to get a referral to grow your customer base so that you can spoil them. Once they see the kind of consultant you are, that's up to them of who they're going to order from. All right. I know a lot of people live close to each other. That's just how it is. We have a lot of people in Vermont. We have a lot of people that are relatives. But they're going to order from the one that they want to order from. You can't do anything about that, but you can be the best consultant that you can be. Okay. So when you're asking for referrals, ask for the referral to grow your customer base. All right. You're not asking for them to order. You just want to grow your customer base and branch out. Okay. See how that does. And, maybe do like a little gift or something, a scent circle or something. If you send me 5 people to grow my customer base, I'll send you a scent circle or something. Y'all got rewards to do that. That's something easy for you to do. Then that's 5 new people that have just been referred to you that you can start building a relationship with. Once you build that relationship with, then they'll become your customer. They're not going to become your customer until you build that relationship. Okay. Any other questions? All right, I'm going to start recording.